I remember the day I met Alex, like it was etched into the quiet corners of my mind. It was one of those autumn afternoons where the air feels crisp and the leaves crunch under your feet just enough to make you feel alive. I was sitting in a small coffee shop in the city, nursing a latte that had gone cold, staring out the window at people rushing by. Work had been draining me, endless meetings, deadlines that never seemed to end, and I guess I was looking for anything, to break the monotony. That's when he walked in, tall, with that easy smile, ordering a black coffee like it was the most natural thing in the world. Our eyes met, and before I knew it, we were talking about nothing really. The weather, the best spots for a walk in the park nearby. But it felt comfortable, like slipping into an old sweater. We started dating soon after. Alex was different from the guys I'd been with before. My past relationships had been a mess, full of arguments, broken promises, guys who disappeared when things got real. One ex, Mark, had cheated on me after 2 years, leaving me to pick up the pieces alone. Another, before him, was just emotionally distant, always prioritizing his career over us. I'd sworn off relationships for a while after that, focusing on myself, my job as a graphic designer, building a life that felt stable. But with Alex, it was easy. He listened. He showed up. We'd spend weekends hiking or just lounging at home, cooking meals together. He made me laugh in a way I hadn't in years. And for the first time, I started thinking about the future. Not just mine, but ours. A home, maybe, kids. That dream I'd tucked away after all the heartache. At first, everything seemed perfect. We'd talk about it sometimes late at night, lying in bed with the city lights filtering through the curtains. "I can see us with a little one," he'd say, his hand on my stomach, voice soft. A family. That's what I've always wanted. It made my heart swell. I'd always felt this pull toward motherhood. Growing up, my family was chaotic. Parents divorced when I was young, siblings scattered. I wanted something solid, something that felt complete. A child would do that, I thought. It would make me whole. We weren't trying right away, but we weren't not trying either. And when I got pregnant the first time, about a year into our relationship, it felt like the universe was finally aligning. I was over the moon. Morning sickness hit hard, but I didn't care. I'd rub my belly in the mirror, imagining the tiny life inside. Alex was excited too. He'd bring home baby books, talk about names. We even started looking at bigger apartments. But then, at 8 weeks, the spotting started. Just a little at first. I told myself it was normal. Lots of women have that, right? I called the doctor, and they said to rest, to wait it out. But the cramps came next, sharp and insistent. I remember sitting on the bathroom floor, staring at the tile, willing it to stop. Alex held me as we drove to the hospital. The ultrasound confirmed it, a miscarriage. The doctor was kind, said it happens more often than people think, that we could try again. But in that moment, it felt like the ground had shifted under me. I cried for days, quietly, when Alex wasn't around. He tried to comfort me, but there was this distance in his eyes sometimes, like he was pulling back just a bit. We moved on, or at least we pretended to. Life went back to its rhythm. Work, dinners out, weekends away. I threw myself into my designs, taking on extra projects to keep my mind busy. Alex was supportive, but I noticed little things. He'd stay late at work more often, come home tired, less affectionate. I chalked it up to stress. His job in marketing was demanding, with clients always needing something. And me? I was still healing, physically and emotionally. But deep down, I felt this quiet ache, like something was missing. We tried again a few months later. This time, I was more cautious, took vitamins, avoided caffeine, rested more. When the test came back positive, I didn't tell anyone right away, not even Alex. I wanted to hold on to it, just for me, until I knew it was real. The second pregnancy lasted longer, 10 weeks. I started to believe it might stick. We even heard the heartbeat once, this tiny flutter on the monitor that made everything feel possible. Alex smiled, squeezed my hand. But then, the bleeding again. Heavier this time. I knew before the doctor said anything. In the exam room, I just stared at the ceiling, numb. "I'm sorry," the nurse said, her voice gentle. Alex drove us home in silence. That night, he held me, but I could feel his body tense, like he was holding something back. "We'll be okay," he whispered. But was he saying it to me or to himself? I started wondering if there was something wrong with me. Tests came back normal, no clear reasons. The doctor suggested stress, age, just bad luck. But it didn't help. I felt broken, like my body was betraying me. Time passed, and we kept going. Our friends were starting families, announcements on social media, baby showers I attended with a forced smile. I'd come home and cry in the shower, where the water drowned out the sound. Alex and I talked less about kids. It became this unspoken thing between us. Instead, we'd focus on other stuff, trips, renovating our apartment. But I noticed more cracks. He'd text less during the day, sometimes forget plans we'd made. Once, I found a receipt for a lunch I didn't know about, with a woman's name scribbled on it. "Just a client," he said when I asked, his eyes not quite meeting mine. I let it go. I didn't want to fight. I needed him. He was my anchor in all this loss. And besides, we were still trying quietly. I held on to the hope that a baby would fix everything, make us stronger. The third miscarriage hit hardest. I was 12 weeks along, far enough that I'd started to show a little, bought maternity clothes in secret. We were at a family gathering when the pain started, sharp and unrelenting. I excused myself, drove to the ER alone because Alex was caught up in conversation. By the time he got there, it was over. Again. In the hospital bed, I felt this wave of emptiness. Not just sadness, but something deeper. Like I'd been fooling myself all along. Alex sat beside me, holding my hand, but his grip felt loose. "Maybe we should stop trying," he said softly later that night. It stung. Stop? How could I stop? This was what I wanted more than anything. But I didn't argue. I just nodded, staring at the wall. Looking back, that's when the first real crack appeared. Not in my body, but in us. I started noticing how he'd pull away during intimate moments, how our conversations stayed surface level. Work, weather, what to watch on TV. Nothing deep. I'd lie awake at night, replaying it all in my head. Was it me? Was I too focused on this dream of motherhood that I was pushing him away? Or was there something else? I rationalized it. Grief does that to people, right? Makes them distant. I told myself we'd get through it. We had to. Because without him, without this hope, what did I have? But the doubts crept in slowly, like shadows lengthening at dusk. One evening, I came home early from work and found him on the phone, laughing in a way I hadn't heard in months. He hung up quickly when he saw me, said it was a friend from college. I smiled, but inside, something twisted. I didn't snoop, I'm not that person, but I started paying attention. Little things. Perfume on his shirt once, late nights he blamed on projects. I ignored them at first, buried them under layers of denial. I needed our life to be okay. I needed to believe that the miscarriages were the only storm we had to weather. If I admitted something was wrong, it would all crumble. So I kept going, smiling through the pain, holding on to the illusion that time would heal us. It was a quiet Tuesday when it all shifted. I'd been feeling off all day, tired, emotional. Work had been slow, so I left early, stopped by the grocery store for ingredients to make his favorite dinner. Maybe that would help, I thought. Rekindle something. When I got home, the apartment was empty. His laptop was open on the kitchen table, screen still lit. I wasn't going to look. I swear I wasn't, but a message popped up. From her. "Can't wait for tonight. Miss you already." My heart stopped. I sat down, hands shaking, and scrolled back. Months of messages. Flirty at first, then intimate. Dates, hotels, excuses I believed. And woven in, comments about me. She's going through a lot with the losses. I feel trapped sometimes. It hit like a whisper, not a scream. No rage, just this cold clarity washing over me. He wasn't just distant, he was gone. Had been for a while. I closed the laptop, sat there in the silence. The clock ticked on the wall, each second stretching out. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just breathed, thought about all the times I'd blamed myself for the miscarriages, for our fading connection. But it wasn't just me. It was him, too. Us. This life we'd built on hopes that were cracking under the weight. I heard the door open later, his footsteps. "Hey, babe," he said, casual as ever. I looked at him, really looked, and saw the stranger he'd become. Or maybe always was. But I didn't say anything. Not then. I just nodded, forced a smile, and started cooking. Inside, though, something had shifted. The illusion was breaking, and I wasn't sure I could hold it together much longer. That night, as we ate dinner, I watched him. The way he avoided my eyes, talked about work like nothing was wrong. I nodded along, asked questions, kept it light. But inside, my mind was racing. How long had this been going on? Was it because of the miscarriages? Or had it started before? I replayed our life in my head, the good moments, the bad. The way he'd been there for me after each loss, holding me, saying we'd try again. Was it all an act? Or did he mean it at the time, only to drift away when the pain lingered? I didn't confront him. Not yet. I needed time to process, to understand. So I retreated inward, building walls quietly. The days that followed were strange. I went to work, came home, kept up the routine, but I observed everything. His phone buzzing more often, the way he'd step out to take calls. I didn't touch his things, didn't need to. The truth was already there in the spaces between us. I started journaling at night, writing down my thoughts. The hurt, the confusion. Why me? Why now? After all I'd lost, the babies, the dreams. It felt like the universe was piling on, testing how much I could take. But in that quiet reflection, something else emerged. Anger, yes, but controlled. Not the kind that explodes, but the kind that simmers, sharpens your focus. I saw a therapist for the first time, alone. I didn't tell Alex. Sat in her office, staring at the plants on the windowsill, and poured it out. The miscarriages, the grief, now this betrayal. She listened, didn't judge. "You're allowed to feel this," she said. "But what do you want?" It was a simple question, but it stuck with me. What did I want? For so long, it had been a family, completeness through motherhood. But now? I wasn't sure. I started taking walks alone, long ones by the river, letting the wind clear my head. Memories surfaced, childhood, past relationships, patterns I'd ignored. I'd always been the one to fix things, to hold on tighter when things slipped. But maybe that was the problem. Holding on to what wasn't mine anymore. Slowly, things began to unravel without me doing a thing. Alex grew more distant, snappier. One night, he came home late, smelling of wine. "Work dinner," he said, but his eyes darted. I just nodded, went to bed. The next day, a friend called, mutual friend, hesitant. "I saw Alex with someone," she said. "I didn't want to, but you should know." I thanked her, hung up. No tears. Just this growing sense of clarity. The life I'd built was crumbling, but not because I was pushing. It was just happening. At work, I threw myself into projects, got a promotion I'd been eyeing. It felt good, reclaiming that part of me. Socially, I reached out to old friends, ones I neglected in the haze of grief and relationship drama. Coffee dates, laughs. Small steps, but they built something inside me, strength, maybe. The irony hit me one evening as I sat alone on the couch. All this time, I'd thought a child would complete me, fix the holes. But the real holes were elsewhere, in trusting the wrong people, in ignoring my own needs. Alex's affair was coming to light naturally. Whispers from friends, awkward silences at gatherings. He started staying out more, packing bags for business trips. I didn't fight it. Why? Because forcing it would only trap me more. Instead, I focused on me. Read books on grief, on healing. Joined a support group for women who'd lost pregnancies. Hearing their stories, sharing mine, it was like breathing fresh air. I wasn't alone. And in that, the pain softened just a bit. By the time the cracks became visible to everyone, I was ready. Alex came home one night, sat me down. "We need to talk," he said, voice heavy. I knew what was coming. The affair, the guilt, the wanting out. He spoke, tears in his eyes, saying he'd fallen out of love, that the losses had changed us. I listened calm. No yelling, no begging. Just nodded. "I know," I said quietly. It surprised him. He expected a scene, maybe, but I was done performing. We divided things amicably, furniture, memories. He moved out a week later. Friends were shocked, offered sympathy. But inside, I felt this quiet release. The weight lifting. In the months after, the consequences unfolded like pages in a book I couldn't put down. I lost some mutual friends. They took sides or just faded. My reputation at social events shifted. Whispers of "poor her" that I ignored. But the biggest loss was the old me. The one who clung to illusions, who defined worth by relationships and unrealized dreams. Motherhood still tugged at me, but differently now. I explored options alone, adoption info, fertility specialists, but on my terms. No rush. Professionally, I thrived, starting freelance work that gave me freedom. Emotionally, I healed in layers. Therapy helped peel them back. I learned boundaries, self-respect. Anger faded into understanding. Alex wasn't a villain, just human, flawed like me. The miscarriages weren't punishments, just life. Cruel sometimes, but not targeted. One day, walking in the park where we'd met, it hit me. I was okay. Not perfect, not complete in the way I'd imagined, but whole in a new way. Strength wasn't about enduring loss without breaking. It was about breaking and rebuilding. I sat on a bench, watching families pass, and felt peace. Not resignation, but acceptance. The dream of a child might still happen, or it might not. But I had me, resilient, wiser. And that was enough. Looking back, through all the pain, the losses, the betrayal, I see the quiet transformation. Life doesn't hand you completeness. You build it piece by piece from the ruins. And in that building, you find strength you never knew you had. It's not about being okay all the time. It's about knowing you'll be okay, eventually. That's the lesson that lingers, soft and true.